Hey everybody. So today what we're going to do is going to be working on a family portrait. And for a family portrait, we're going to be thinking about what we want to include in our picture, whether we want to include the whole person or whether we want to just include maybe their head or maybe their head and their waist or to their waist. So what we're going to do is we're going to decide whether it's going to be a figure, which is the whole body, or whether it's going to be a portrait, which is usually a person from the waist up, or just the face. So today we're going to think about how all our families are different and unique. We're going to think of a person or a few people we're grateful for in our life. It can be your parents, your siblings, your grandparents, your cousins, or anyone else who's always there for you. So if you look here, and I start with a circle this size, it's going to be, I'm going to switch over to Sharpie for you to see, or actually I'll draw it in marker. If you look at the circle about this big, I'm probably only going to have room to go down to my waist. So I have to decide how much of my family, or how much do you want to see? Is it up close, so I would go bigger, or is it further away? And I'm going to include myself, my husband, my son and my daughter. So if I'm going to include all of us, I probably would make a smaller circle, and I would put it closer to the top. So if we're just beginning to learn about how we want to draw ourselves, you might already know how to draw a person, but if you're not sure, think about what shape. This is the torso. That's the middle part of the body we could think about. So head, kind of circle-ish. We have the torso, kind of rectangle-ish. And if I have some legs here, depending on what I want to do, what shape would you call that? That's like another rectangle. Another rectangle. And then I could just give myself some shoes that look like the letter U. So if I have now, I could put my arms, and they're going to be like rectangles too. But you see how they're kind of on an angle like that? Kind of on an angle like that. So now I have the start of a person. Does this look like anybody in particular yet? Not yet. So I have to make sure, oh, let me give a neck. Let me give some hands. And I'm not adding too many details yet. Right now, this could be pretty much anybody. This could be anybody in my family. So I'm going to add some of the details that make it special and unique. So for me, I'm going to include my nose. And if you're not sure how to draw a nose, look at that letter I used, the letter L. And you could start off with a little dot like that. And maybe I want to make sure everybody knows how happy I am. Give myself a smile. So look at how simple the shapes are that I'm using. Now I could always go add more details like my eyelids. Maybe I'm going to add eyelashes. Maybe I'm going to add eyebrows. Is there anything else missing? Oh yeah, I want to include some hair. I'm going to make my hair come off my head. Maybe my hair right now is straight. My hair used to be so curly. Not anymore. I miss my curly hair. I could make my hair curly here if I wanted to. Now you might say, Miss Maestri, that doesn't look very much like you. Maybe I'll add my glasses. I like to wear those. And maybe I'll wear my favorite shirt. That'll give people clues. And maybe I'll put some earrings on here. And I'm going to give you some more clues with my family. So my husband's a little taller than me. Here he is. There's Mr. Maestri. And, okay, he's standing really close, right? There we go. There's his legs. And I'm using those same shapes. Now, you do not need to use these shapes. Your shapes might be a little different. Maybe he has his arm behind me. There's his arm over there. Wow, his arm's really long. And then I'm going to give you a little secret about Mr. Maestri. His hair is very short. In fact, you can only see it on the sides. But he is a very happy person, so he has a big smile. There's his nose. Is this the only way to draw a nose? Oh no, there's so many ways to draw noses, right? Wow, doesn't look exactly like him. But I think about those simple shapes I drew. Now I could include my son. He's really tall. Oh, he got really tall. When he was little, he wasn't so tall, but now he's grown up. I'm going to give him, oh, he's not that tall. Maybe he's, okay. Keep my shapes simple. There's Evan. And maybe he's got his hands in the air. Maybe he's waving hello to someone. Wow. He looks so excited. Look at his arms up in the air. Maybe he's gonna have his eyes closed because he's just so happy. He's got a lot of hair. He even has a little bit of a beard. Oh my goodness, why include that? His hair is curly still. There it is. And I have a daughter, Grace. Will she stand on this side or will she stand? I think, where do I have more room? I think I'm gonna put her over here. She's actually pretty tall too. Here's Grace. There we go. She'll wave hello too. She's feeling friendly. Maybe her other hand is just down. Her hair is really long and curly. Really long and curly. Here you go, Grace. Okay. All right, there we go. Oh, and I might want to include my pets too. I have Johnny, he's a dog. I could maybe think of his face like this. Here he goes. What shapes did I use to draw so far? Kind of like the letter U, upside down U, and I'm going to pretend that he's sitting like this. There he goes. This is little feet. Kind of reminds us of when we did some other drawings. There's the back of him. Got a big tail. There's Johnny. His nose is down here. Dogs are a little different than people, right? There's Johnny's eyes. And I have Copper. He's a golden doodle. Where am I going to fit him? He's got curly hair. Here's his nose. I'll put him. There's Copper. Boop, boop, boop. Curly. He's sitting over here, going for a walk, maybe with Grace. His fluffy tail. And then I'm just going to put a little background, so that I have a place where my sky and my ground meet. And there's my family portrait. I'm going to get busy coloring, and I'm going to look forward to seeing yours too.